Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're taking the absolutely vital topic of environmental conservation and distilling it into something fun, approachable, and highly actionable. We're looking at the superpowers of sustainability. It's this brilliant approach that introduces a simple but really profound idea. The everyday choices we make, literally from morning to night, actually have the potential to turn us into environmental superheroes. Just by mastering a few specific habits, we can create a massive positive impact on the world around us.
Okay, let's dive into this. So, are you ready to become an environmental superhero? I know it might sound kind of playful, but it's actually grounded in serious environmental science. We're going to look closely at the first two eco-friendly superpowers. And hey, these aren't about flying or listing cars. They're about fundamentally changing how we interact with the resources we consume every single day.
All right, opening up our hero training manual, we've got superpower number 1, reduce.
So what exactly does it mean to reduce? Well, simply put, it's about making less trash by consciously using and buying less stuff. Think about all those everyday items we have: toys, snacks, clothes, just the things we accumulate. When we overconsume, all that stuff very quickly crosses the line and becomes trash. Reducing is all about stopping that cycle right at the source.
Now, you definitely don't need a cape for these. Just turn off the lights when you leave a room. Turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. I mean, that alone saves gallons and gallons of water over a year. And simply say no thank you to things you don't really need, like hoarding that extra plastic bag at the store. It's that easy. It's mindful consumption at its finest. And this brilliantly illustrates how it looks in real life. Take the Green family. They made a conscious decision to shift to a less waste lifestyle. Instead of dealing with overflowing bins full of used paper napkins, they started bringing reusable bags to the grocery store and swapped to cloth napkins at dinner. These are tiny, almost effortless behavioral tweaks, but they really compound into a massive impact over time. The result? A trash bin that finally wasn't overflowing. And you know what? Psychologically, they felt genuinely great about it. This isn't about sacrifice. It's an empowering, highly positive lifestyle upgrade.
Moving smoothly on to superpower number 2, reuse. Reusing is all about finding new, creative ways to use things instead of just tossing them away. This gives items a second life, saving precious natural resources from being extracted to make new products and keeping objects out of landfills for much longer. It effortlessly extends the life cycle of the things we bring into our homes. How do we actually put this into practice? Well, draw on both sides of your paper. Boom! Instant 50% waste reduction. Turn old clothes into cleaning rags or fun craft projects. And the big one, refill your water bottle. Instead of buying a new single-use plastic one every single time you're thirsty, just refill. These are super fun, everyday habits anyone can use to master their reusing superpower. It's really about looking at everyday objects with a totally brand new perspective. Finished your jar of jam or pasta sauce, wash it out, and voila! You have a brand new pen holder for your desk. You solved a storage problem for free, and you kept glass out of the waste stream. It's a small, deeply creative act that perfectly captures that reuse mindset. Let's zoom out a bit for the global sustainability mission, scaling up our superpowers. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing what happens on an industrial scale. Reusing becomes incredibly powerful. We've got clever innovators out there who are collecting old plastic bottles and transforming them into entirely new, valuable materials. We're talking about taking ocean-bound plastic and converting it into colorful building materials, or even weaving it into high-quality fabric for clothes. It proves reusing isn't just about glass jars on a desk, it's a remarkably smart way to manage global resources. And all of this feeds directly into massive worldwide goals, specifically the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. When you turn off the tap at home, or an innovators turn plastic into building blocks, you are literally participating in a global united initiative. Those small choices absolutely do matter on a macro scale. So, we've covered the first 2 steps. But there is a third superpower that sits at the very end of the line, for when an item can no longer be reduced or reused. And that's recycling. But don't worry, we'll dive into that deep topic in our next explainer. To wrap up today, I have a direct challenge for you. Can you find one thing to reduce and one thing to reuse today? Seriously, look around your home, look at your daily routine. The real question isn't whether these small actions matter, but rather what happens to our planet if you decide your everyday choices don't matter. Your superpowers are waiting to be activated. The choice is yours.